Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the largest gated community in North America, spanning 26,000 acres in the Ouachita Mountains in south central Arkansas. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and some occasional guests as we explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live, kvre.com. HSV Inside Out is sponsored by Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there. Also brought to you by Trademark HSV Real Estate. Located in the heart of Hot Springs Village, they are the fastest growing real estate office with over 30 agents and staff. Broker-owner Lori and Ken Henderson, along with the realtor and waterfront specialist Rick Marshall, are eager to share the special features of Hot Springs Village with you. For a complimentary relocation packet, call Ken and Lori at 501-276-3018. Call Rick Marshall at 501-601-RICK. They are Trademark HSV Real Estate. For you audio listeners, today's show is best seen in 4K video. Just go to the YouTube channel or go to hsvinsideout.com. Hey, join us today. We're going to visit the Magellan Beaver Dam Trail inside Hot Springs Village. This was created in 1999. This is about a mile long. Caught this video of a turtle. By the way, if you want to see a ton of turtles, especially in warmer weather, on this particular log, on a sunny, warm day, you can see 24 turtles. We saw this one. Well, there were two, but one jumped in the water. Caught a little bit of video of this one. Now, this is about a mile long. It's half a mile to the end and then back. We prefer to make a loop along Cedar Creek because, well, you know me, I'm a sucker for flowing water. And that route makes it slightly longer. This is the beginning of the trail. This is a sunny day. Time that we shot this video. It's Monday, January the 27th, 2025. This will also give you an idea of kind of the topography. Now, never mind over here to the left. To the left is a storage facility. A lot of boats, a lot of RVs. So those of you that have boats and RVs, but if you don't buy waterfront property, you don't have a dock, and if you don't want to rent a slip at one of the marinas, then when you're not using the boat, you can certainly store it in a facility like this. And there are a number of these facilities, both inside and outside the village. This one is inside the village. So as you begin the walk, yeah, that may seem like a distraction, but just keep your attention focused over to the right, and it's all good. This trail is easy, relatively flat, except when you trek down closer to the water, like we did, which we'll show you a bit later. And depending on how fast you want to walk it, I'd say it takes you 20 minutes or so. It's a nice walk. Now, we took our time because, well, we're bringing you the video of this trail. And as we said, this is how it appears in late January. You'll notice there aren't many pine trees, as you see the markers here on some of those trees to tell you what kind of trees they are. So this time of year, except for some of the smaller trees and an occasional pine tree, you'd say, well, it looks kind of bleak. And you would be right compared to how things look when they're in full bloom. The Cedar Creek goes through this area. So we're on the back side of the Lake Balboa Dam and Spillway. This is a very marshy kind of a topography through here, and you'll see even further up, it gets even more so. Popular, I'm told, for bird watching, as evidenced by, there's kind of a bird watching blind, I guess you would call it, that we'll run into up ahead, that's created so that if you want to bring your camera. And then there are these all along the way. This is the great horned owl. So all along the trail are going to be these little kind of signposts that will indicate the kind of birds that you are likely, depending on the time of year, of course, likely to run into in this area. And this time of year, we had some rain yesterday, so do have some running water. And so as we make our loop back around on the back side of this trail along Cedar Creek, yeah, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to let you hear some running water. Maybe I should say flowing water. I'm a sucker for moving water. Great day to get out, get some exercise, which is what we did. And this is a popular activity here inside the village. If you go to just about any trail, you're likely going to see some folks out walking and even walking your dogs. And yes, dogs are allowed. Yes, they must be on a leash. We didn't run into anybody in this particular trail today. I think we just missed a couple of people. We saw them as they were walking to their car and pulling away, but don't want to give you the idea that these trails are just wildly populated, because they aren't. A number of benches that have been dedicated to families or individuals, many of whom have passed. And so people have made contributions to have various benches placed throughout the village in various locations on trails in honor of friends or loved ones. This is a very mossy, and this looks very different than it's going to look in the spring and summer. But it still is kind of a murky, swampy, kind of a body of water over on this side. The creek that I like is going to be over here to our left as we loop around, but we got a little ways to go. If you see that red right in the center of the screen there, that is the birdwatching blind. We'll walk up to that and I'll show you that. So you can see all this green. And you can probably see why turtles kind of love it here. I'm also a sucker for big holes in trees, like this one. Pardon the shadow, you can see me. I love these kind of things. As you can tell, not a cloud in the sky. We're supposed to get some rain later in the week, so when we have days like this, especially in the winter, these are the kind of signs that you can see throughout this trail and all the trails inside the village. So if you have curiosity about what kind of tree that may be, and if you don't know, like me, kind of helps. Carolina wren. So if bird watching is kind of your thing, this is probably the trail for you. And just here, let me give a shout out to the HSV photography Facebook group, Facebook page. I'll put a link in that to the show notes. Just look for the episode Magellan Beaver Dam Trail inside Hot Springs Village over at the website, hsvinsideout.com. If you're a photographer and you've got curiosity about Hot Springs Village, I would encourage you to join that group. There's some great photographs that are posted over there every day, and occasionally some video as well. So we're coming up to the bird watching blind. This is just a wooden structure with doors. All the doors, well, not all of them, but most of the doors are open today. The Hot Springs Village Audubon Society has contributed greatly to this particular trail. So as you peer out one of these ports, it's kind of what you're looking at. So you can kind of hide behind that thing and take your photographs and video. It's a deceptively longer trail than you would think. You think, okay, half a mile, that's not bad. But like I said, if you make the loop like we make it, I'm told it's about a mile, maybe a mile 0.2 or 3 if you walk to the end of the trail and then make your way back, going the same way back. We don't. We make a little bigger loop, so our route takes a little bit longer. I like it more. And the distance is probably longer. There is a single bridge. This unpainted part, last winter we walked this trail and there was a big tree had fallen that we reported. POA came out and removed that tree and fixed the rail. Didn't paint it yet. So now we've passed the storage place and you just noticed what looked like a clearing over there on your left. But when we walk around, I'll show you what that was. This green that you see is moss. There's moss that typically lines the edges of these trails. Grows in the middle if there's not a whole lot of traffic. And you'll see lots of moss on the trees. So we'll go out here and I'll telescope the camera up, kind of give you a little higher view, higher perspective now that we've gotten to this kind of a point where we're standing. This is really kind of down in a basin. This is in a low area. We're considerably lower than Lake Balboa. So we're on the kind of the backside, like I said, of the dam and the spillway. So we're down in a low area. So you can see how flat this is and how easy this is to walk. So this isn't one of those trails that you're going to need hiking poles or anything necessarily. Feel free to use them, but this isn't very hilly at all. We're trying to bring you some of these during the various seasons inside the village to give you an idea of just how different the seasons look. And I think as we mentioned last week in one of the episodes, if you look at the village in January, a month like January, and it's like, yeah, this is awesome. It looks way more awesome come spring. So I'm rather fond of that piece of advice of taking a look at a place that you may be considering. Well, let's go look at it in like the ugliest month. And if it looks good to us then maybe a good place to consider. We are just down the street, by the way, from the Animal Welfare League and the shelter. We need to go visit those folks and kind of show you that, especially for all you pet lovers out there. Many of us who are empty nesters are not quite so empty because we have pets. Rhonda and I had a brother and sister, a pair of White West Highland Terriers, Westies as they are known. Sadly, some years ago, we lost Rocky, the brother. He passed first at about 15, and then about a year later, we lost Rosie, his sister. I'm a volunteer board member for the Westie Foundation of America. For those of you that may be Westie lovers, I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to see a picture of your Westie. Look at all these cypress knees. Growing up so much in Louisiana, it's a familiar sight. The bayous of Louisiana, you'll see a lot of cypress knees. So we're continuing our way, getting ever closer to the end of the trail. But not quite. And then, as I said, we'll come up. We'll kind of go back a different way. So here the water gets a little bit clearer, not quite as murky because now things kind of open up. But it's pretty evident that this particular part of the water, not a lot of movement, a lot more stagnant. That's the reason for kind of the moss. There's another hole in a tree. As much as I look at those descriptions and those tree identifiers, I still, once you get away from a pine, I'm like, okay, I got to look that up. I don't have a clue. I would not make a good forester. Every time I experience a day like this, I think of my father recounting stories when during World War II he was stationed in England, and being from Oklahoma, he would tell the English about how there were many days that there wouldn't be a cloud in the sky, and they were like, that just can't be possible. It wasn't something in their frame of reference as Brits. But today is such a day. We have some viewers from England, by the way. I will have you know. Trails in. And so as we walk down here, these benches mark the end, but we can keep on going. These are the animal tracks that you can identify. Don't know that we saw any, but then again, I wasn't really looking for animal tracks. I don't know that I would make a great tracker or a great forester. I'm going to let you hear the running water. So as you can tell, we've kind of sort of making our own trail, but there are clear spots just like you see here. It's not a technical trail in the sense that it doesn't have the gravel that's been put down by the POA, but it's completely manageable. Do kind of have to watch for sticker bushes, even this time of year. So we're going to keep following the creek here. Yeah, because up ahead, I hear more flowing water. My siren call. Must answer it. So the real trail is over here to our left. So we're just following the creek, and we'll pick up a little more distinct kind of a trail on the way back. But yeah, first we got to check out this water. The water's clear today, and I bet you cold. I did not stick my hand in it. Started to, but I thought better of it. Now I'm going to let you hear some more. And the worst of the kind of trailblazing is over. Gets a lot more clearer here. But again, an easy trek and well worth venturing along the creek there. Dead ahead, the Magellan Golf Course. I should have looked up what green this is, but we're going to come up on a green. Thankfully, there were no golfers putting, so we weren't disturbing anyone. But you can see the golf course. We'll catch a glimpse of some golf carts and some golfers to show you that on a day like this, 53 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. And yeah, I'm not a golfer, but it does prove to you that golf is just about a year-round activity here inside Hot Springs Village. And so if golfing is your thing, and by the way, we're going to be bringing you a number of shows regularly about golf inside the village, I'm relying on expert golfers, and there are a significant number of them around here. And that is one of the great things about a place like this that has a population of, about 16,000. How many of those are golfers? I don't know, but a significant number, so that any skill level of golf that you care to play and participate in, you will find willing cohorts and participants who will be very capable of playing at your level. Which I would think, as a golfer, that would be important. If I were a golfer, that would be important. I wouldn't want to go out and kind of be the worst person in the group, holding everybody back. Although I guess there could be great comedic value in being such a person. So we're making our way back. At some point, we're going to connect with the main trail back. And at that point, I'm going to stop the video because, well, you saw the trek in. No point in backtracking and showing you the whole thing. But as you can tell, we've taken our time, and we haven't just walked at a snail's pace, although we have stopped a number of times to just show you some things. But this is certainly the kind of a trail that you could take a leisurely half-hour walk, and it'd be very comfortable and very nice. And so, especially if you're walking a dog and you just want to kind of take your time. So again, we've got the golf course over here to our right. I think we're going to see some golfers up here. I'm fairly certain I got them on video. Well, no, not so you could identify them, but so you could have video evidence that I'm not lying to you when I tell you that here we are in late January and folks are playing golf in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. So we're making our way back to the trail. We're getting dangerously close to connecting back, and we're going to go back across that little bridge that we were on. I appreciate you clicking play and taking this little trek with us. Hope it gives you some sense of the village in late January. And for those of you that are outside the village that we continue to hear from, please keep the emails coming. hello@hsvinsideout.com is the email. You can also go to the website, use that contact form if you care. It'll send it to the same place. We've also got a voicemail. If you go to the website, HSV Inside Out, along the right-hand side, you will see Send Voicemail. If you click on that from your phone or even your computer, as long as your microphone is activated, you can send us a voicemail. It'd be great to hear you in person. Tell us where you're from and what brings you to have interest in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. But we're so glad that you are interested, and we're hoping to bring you kind of the realistic side of things because, well, it's pretty stinking awesome. So as we approach the bridge, wind down this walk, over 30 miles of trails inside the village, and that's not counting the ones that you can create on your own. So if this is the kind of stuff that you love like we do, you need to come and visit us. My name's Randy Cantrell. I'm happy that you came along on this little trip with us. And Lord willing, we'll see you next time. HSVinsideout.com. That's the website. Thanks for watching Hot Springs Village Inside Out. You'll find all our episodes at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com or on YouTube.